again to Military Guna TV. This definitely the Canada versus Jamaica match preview. Doing a preview show for the games. So Jamaica will be facing off against Canada quite soon. We're gonna have a good game. I'm expecting to have a good game. I'm expecting to see good things. It's been a while since I went live on Insta. It's been a while since I went live on Insta, but the full show will be on my YouTube channel. Also, I'm live on Insta and also on YouTube at this moment. Well, basically, more people at YouTube, on YouTube. But I'm looking to have a good show. I'm looking forward to have a good show. We're going to discuss the Reggae Boyz team. We're going to discuss starting lineup. We're also going to discuss some aspect of what Paul Hall said. So there's a lot of things we want to discuss in this one. So for all those who's big up Christopher Pearsons, for all those who's actually on the YouTube channel, smash the like button. I'm expecting big things in this game. There's a lot of things to discuss. There's so much things to discuss in this game. I'm looking forward for a good encounter between Jamaica and Canada. So first of all, I'm going to show you some takeaways. I'm going to talk about some aspects of the El Salvador game and also some things that we might bring forward into the Canada game. So, as I said, people, those who are on YouTube, smash the like button. Those who are on Instagram, I don't even know if like is on Instagram because I don't really do Instagram live. All right, so we have a few people already throwing the questions. We have Ian Campbell, big up for coming in. Karum Hugh, big up and running. Kevin Reed, big up as well. Karum said, what you take away from the El Salvador game? So that is the first question. What do I take away from the El Salvador game? All right, so there's some key aspects in the El Salvador game. A lot of people didn't know. First of all, we played 3 formations in the El Salvador game. Not many people know about it, but we played 3 formations in El Salvador game. First off, we start off with a back 3 with 2 centrals. Speedy Williams doing most of the defensive aspect. Ravel doing the attacking. Then now, in the second half, we switched to a back 4. And when we went to 2 up front. When Atafai Bygrave came on, I'm not sure if anyone noticed, Bygrave point towards, I think he points towards Andre Gray and said 2. So basically saying that we're going to switch to a 2. So there's a lot of things to take away from it. Elias the Genius said we need Ravel. Beach, big up. Karim said Canada going to celebrate against us Sunday. All right, so this is a big encounter for Canada, a huge encounter for Canada, and I do think that Canada want to get that, even that 1 point, just that one single point. They need that 1 point to get it over the line. But can Jamaica stop that? Can Jamaica retract that 1 point that is so needed by the Canadian team? Lebby said, why are we playing 3 formations? No identity. No, it's not no identity. It's due to the game. The structure of the game said caused that. Listen, I can be wrong, I can be reading the game wrong in regards to the 3 formation. Definitely, I can agree that. But in the second half, I want you guys to go and look in the second half. I think in the 60th minute, you can see, I think Bygrave came on in the 70th minute, something like that. But on the 60th minute, you can see when Richard King kind of pushed a little bit higher, leaving Damian Lowe and Mariappa in the defense. Quite so often, you see Damian Lowe and Mariappa stepping inside of the midfield, the central zone, and then come back to support. Karim said, what was the approach in the El Salvador game? You like what you see? All right, so the approach is this. Even though quite a few times, you can see we're trying to play out from the back. Yes, Andre Blake is not the best playing out from the back, but you can see that he's trying. He didn't use his feet quite a lot. He actually threw the ball to the defenders, but you can see what we're trying to do. Playing out from the back, utilizing the central zones, but more so the wide areas. No, there's the pockets that I'm seeing the players picking up. I'm really interested in those pockets. We identify weakness in the El Salvador team, the left back. That is where you saw Damian Lowe get an opportunity, Adrian Mariappa get an opportunity, Andre Gray get an opportunity. Quite a few times, Javian Brown would have capitalized down that right hand channel. So we can identify no weakness in team. I like that. I really like that, the fact that we can identify weaknesses in team, and we can try to capitalize on those weaknesses. I'm seeing a few questions coming in on the Instagram aspect of it. So there's a lot, there's quite a few things I could have taken taken away from that game. So let me see. Let's get into the game. What I'm going to look at, I'm going to read an article which was sent by which was done by Sportsmax. This article highlights some of Paul Hall, some stuff that Paul Hall said. Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to find the article, people. Those who are on Instagram won't be able to see the article. All those on Instagram won't be able to see the article because it's now showing on YouTube. I'm going to close off the YouTube aspect, people. I'm going to close off YouTube, the Instagram aspect. Go over to the YouTube channel. The link is in the link is in my description. Go over to the YouTube channel where we can continue the show. So please do so. And until next time, I'll do another Instagram live quite soon. But definitely, go over to the YouTube channel right now. We speak later again. So nice having you guys answer early. Okay, so I'm looking for. Okay, so I just found the article. So the article is coming up, people. So this is the article that was done by Paul Hall. Ted Lee, big up. Eagle Republic, big up. Yo, Bad News Beer, who's in Canada? I can't tell. I can't tell. I honestly can't tell. There's only 2 question marks so far from what I've seen. 3, actually. 3. Ravel Morrison, Leon Bailey, and a particular goalkeeper. I'm still not sure who the goalkeeper is yet, as yet, but I do know that Jaden White traveled with the squad. I do know that Jaden White traveled with the squad. So it would have appeared that one of the keepers are out. All right, so this here is the article done by Sportsmax. It said, I rate them highly. All says local-based players will get more opportunity for Reggae Boyz. Reggae Boyz head coach Paul Hall has made it clear that if players in Jamaica Premier League are deemed good enough, they will be given the opportunity in the national side. He made his comment in a post-match interview after his side played a 1-1 draw with El Salvador in a World Cup qualifiers at the National Stadium. On Thursday, local-based players such as the Cavaliers' Richard King, Mount Pleasant Daniel Green, Dumble Olin Atafari Bargrave, Bad Bala, and Waterhouse Ramon Owell saw action against El Salvador. That's really nice. It's really nice to know that all of these players got the opportunity. They got the opportunity to showcase their talent. El Salvador and there were others among the substitute. All says there is a reason they are all in the mix. The reason why they were in the squad is because I rate them highly. All said before going to the issues, a warning to the overseas based players who declined the opportunity to represent the team. I have watched every Premier League game this weekend, and I've seen some really good players, and it's just a message to people that they are not willing to come, that if they are not willing to come and be a part of us, there are players in there waiting to take their places. They just need the opportunity. There's been a long call to give more local-based players an opportunity in the international football, and it seems Hall is set on making that happen. Final quote. I said to the lads that this is about opportunity. If I give somebody opportunity, I expect them to take it to keep somebody else out of the team. That's what it's all about. So, really interesting insights from Paul Hall. Really interesting insights from Paul Hall. So let me run through some of the comment section. Karim said Canada going to celebrate against us Sunday. Canada win them qualification. Big up Le Beach. Why are we playing a formation? I just answered that. What was the approach in El Salvador game? I think I answered that as well. 9x Fusion. What happened if Canada lose all 3 games? Well, all 3 games. I think they garnered enough points. I think Canada garnered enough. They have enough points to actually still go through, even if they lose all 3 games. Maybe they come third or something like that. Even if they lose all 3 games. Teddy Lee Gray, big up. Eagle Republic said Damian Lowe and Richard King are on yellow cards. If both players pick up yellow cards in their intense fixture with Canada, who the hell is left for the Honduras game? All right, so if you guys did know, Greg Lake can play left side centre back. Greg Lake can play left side centre back. For who don't know, if I'm lying, you guys can go and check it out. Check out their on your club website and also on all the applications where like the total sportex, not the total sport, the sofa scores and all these things. Even what's his name? Transfer Market, you'll see. Big up JN with a sport. Let me see something. So I'm gonna drop the link, people. I know a few people would definitely want to come on. It's been a while since I've done a live and invited so much people on. It has definitely been a while, but it never stopped. Karium said, green physical structure need to be stronger. Too easy to get off the ball. So true. And I was speaking about that same thing with someone about his physical structure. Not saying that he's a bad player, but his physical structure. He needs to put on maybe maybe about 2 stones or something, just to bulk up. He needs to bulk up a little bit. The talent level is there. The speed is there as well. So you will see. Lebi said good performance, but by the way, too many missed chances. We have to be more clinical in front of goal. So true. I 100% agree with that. If we want to win games, you have to be lethal. You have to be lethal in front of the goal. That is where winners and losers count their money. That is how winners or losers count their money. You have to be lethal. You must be lethal. And that is how and that's where you can say that a team, you can differentiate between a champion team or a team who's just trying something. You have to take your chance. Ravel Morrison did say in his post-match interview that we have a good team. As soon as we add goals to this team, we can be a dominant team. That's what Ravel Morrison said. Paul Hall did say as well, you need to not only take your chances on the field, but off the field. But you need to score goals because football, goals, important. Goals important. So let me see any more questions. Rajan Williams, big up. I think Canada match will tell us how well Paul Hall tactics are doing, and then we'll know if he's a man for the job. All right, so my personal perspective of this. I cannot deny that what Paul Hall is doing is not evident or clear. You can see what he's doing. It's visible. It's visible to the eye. At the moment you can identify, for example, let me give you an example before I cut on that. Let me give you an example. Now look at the goal that we scored. I want you guys to go and check back the goal that's scored. Look at the highlights because you won't be able to watch all the games. We made an attempt. That same pass in that right-hand channel to Javian Brown was made about 3 or 4 times. That's not a mistake. That has to be some form of training. That definitely has to be training. It must be training. That's what I'm saying. It must be training. And then the last one, the third one came off. A few of them, Javian Brown would have skied 2 of them. One that come across, defender would block one, and then it would go on like that. But it's quite clear and evident that there's repetition in what they're doing. Listen, it's a basic, these things should have been happening before even now. But the mere fact that we're getting it right now, we have to not get too excited about it, but we have to appreciate that at least we're now getting the basics right. At least we're getting the basics right. It means that it shows that we're going in the right direction. The good thing about it is that I haven't seen a Reggae Boyz playing football and look like they're enjoying football in such a long time. That's a key factor. Any one of us who play football would know that when you're playing football and you're enjoying football, you will play at your utmost best and you get better out of each player. All the coach knows this. People, me drop the link, me drop the link in the comment section. Me drop the link in the comment section. Eagle Republic said, "Hey, military, don't listen to Paul Hall. Paul Hall is a probation. He will say anything to get the job. You will see the real Paul Hall when the ink dries on the contract." All right, so we will see. We will see. We will see. Big up Dre. Dre said, "Unfortunately, poor finishing again let us down, but I saw system and style of play I'm optimistic about." Agree. No, it's not perfect. You can see the edginess. You can see that it lacks sharpness, but it's not perfect, but definitely something to look at. And I think that by that, I do believe if you can identify this aspect, it means that something is happening. It won't happen now. Some of the time in life, you have to take 2 setbacks before you can advance. Look at it in track and field. When you're going to the mark, the moment you go on the mark, you leave a trail leg behind. You basically would go back and then punch forward. In the drive phase, coming out of the drive phase, you pick up your form, have your chest high, right arm, left arm, forming a perfect 45 degree. Is it 45 degree? I think it's 45 degree angle, and you punch, and you punch, and you punch. And you practice proper breathing technique. Not for the 100 meter. Most 100 meter, well, some of them kind of hold their breath if their breath is strong enough. And then you have the other few who catch your breath. Yeah. Rebel Art GFX said, "Big up. Paul Hall should take us through the Nation League before he gets a contract." Good insight. So I'm gonna bring. I have some news to break to you guys quite soon. Rebel said long-term contract. Karim said Javian Brown just need to play more under control. Yes, you can see. I think that has to do with the ML. He's a good player, but that sharp movement on the ball, you don't get that fluid movement. No, one thing I know about Javian Brown is really good defensively. He's solid defensively. His pace is quite pacey. He's smart. He's intelligent in regards to how he approach the channels, the players that are going on the channels. But one thing I do want him to work on, the rashness of his tackle. He tackles a little bit too rash. I do believe he tackles just a little bit too rash. But I think once he gets that under control, like his movement with the ball, like his dribbling ability, and also his rashness, I do think that he'll be a polished player. Actually, big up actually. Richard Stewart, Javian Brown had a shocker. Can you imagine? And still end out with an assist. That's football. That is football. Not say it wasn't such a bad game when I say a shocker. Wasn't that bad still? No, it wasn't that bad. Maybe it's just my eyes. Karim said, just say military gun and stop hold it back. The players just get coached. Karim, all right. So, all right. Yes. We just seen these are professional players, which means that they know coaching. They have already been coached. It's just that when they're here, we don't have a style of we don't know how to approach football game. It's like 11 players. It's like 11 players just kicking the ball around. And that makes no sense to me. To me, still, I don't know to anyone else, but that makes no sense to me. Rebel said Jevan plays consistently well in his half. Outside his half, it's a 50-50. Yes, going forward. Remember one of the crosses that he launched one of the crosses there, you know. Chavez said Canada going to beat Jamaica. El Salvador is no good side. Jamaica done for. All UK players can't help them. Travis, wow. That's really, really harsh, not Travis. That is really, really harsh. I do take a different stand on that. Listen, I want to see progress. I'm not saying that we must win game right now. I'm not saying that we must play this. I'm not saying that we should play like Brazil. I'm not saying that. Or the prime Germany, prime Barcelona. I'm not saying that. But what I want to see is the team look as if we are progressing. Leon Bailey said it. Javian Brown said it. Ravel Morrison said it. There's quite a few players in the group who said that the team look as if it's progressing. It is progressing game by game. It's getting better game by game. It's not perfect right now. It's not perfect right now, but I do see where they are coming from with that aspect. Traffic comments running mad. Dan Froza said England locking in the UK. Jamaicans, bro. Big up. Big up. Big up. Big up. Travis said, oh, Paul Hall don't pick no players because they're playing in England. Because not all of them are good. Travis, what you said, Travis? Not saying all of them good, but that is football now. But you give people the opportunity. You give people the opportunity to make the error. We have somebody coming on to the live. Okay. I was trying to find the right earphone. Big up, Alex. What's up, bro?
What's going on, Guna, bro? I can't say too long because you're doing stuff, but I want to say my 2 cents before I really jumped off. For one, the point is that Paul, he really likes the local based players, and I feel like that's a good stepping stone that we have. Find a way to watch the JPL games. He came down early, and we have to applaud him that. Because we never said the last previous coaches does that, watch the JPL game and pick the best JPL players from the league. And a majority of the players that got picked in the league, some of them are playing that good, and we cannot question the questionability. But I'm saying going forward, I think he needs to pick the best out of the JPL, mix it and fine tune it. I feel like we always say one person over England and stuff, but watching the other nation like so for instance Honduras, El Salvador, Panama, and all of those nations, Costa Rica, most of the players are playing locally, and that's how they get their team gel. The more you guys play together locally, and if you can it's all about the system. It's all about the system and I'm getting the jelly and getting the act right together. And I think Paul is the man for the job. He understands what Jamaica is like. He understands the country. I think if you go ahead and go get a coach from do not understand the culture, it's going to be difficult for him to fine tune these players and get them on the ground to play out how they want to play. I think because I think the reason why Paul should got the job is because under the previous coaches he was there. He knows the players. He knows some of them, and he knows the capability of Jamaican players that they have locally and abroad. And I feel like he's a development coach. That's a plus too. So I think he should pick the youngest players out of JPL, develop them, mix them with some of the English guys that are committed. And going forward, I think the team will play very good football because you can see the style of play, you can see the system. And this is the first time I sit down and enjoy watching the game play. Jamaica put the ball on the ground, and it's not no long ball FC or no up top. I really enjoy watching the game play. So I want to give Paul an applaud for what he's doing, and he's more intake with the media, doing press conferences. So you can see that he explains the players.
Question. Let me ask a question. Do you believe that this should have been the bare minimum, and we're getting excited over the bare minimum?
No, I'm just saying that yes, we should be excited of getting that because we don't see this in a long while, Guna. And we as fans, we deserve things like these, and I feel like just a little success I've seen this side playing good from the Costa Rica game coming to the Panama Costa Rica game coming to this game. You see the improvements over and over. So yeah, we should get excited. I'm just saying that before we start winning, we're gonna lose before we start winning, and I want people to understand that. Not overnight success and okay, we're gonna pick 5 man for England, all them and for England, and okay, them are gonna come and them are boom boom. No, it's system, bro. You get me come from? Use the Billy Kura yard, and then you can go abroad. Then one thing I'm watching a parallel is that he should recruit early.
All right, so the situation is this now. All right, you said Billy Quarrier. The situation is this now. You're gonna have people who say different. Now, let me ask a question. What if the Quarrier is not at the standard of the competitive level that it should be? What do you do then?
So Guna, you're a developmental coach, right? He don't know if we get the best out of him players them.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
All right, Panama, right? Where them players play? No, only 2 of them players. I think 2 or 3 the players them players in Europe. Where all of them players come from? Where them play from?
Locally.
Okay, Annabelle Godoy was playing before he moved to MLS. Where Annabelle Godoy play MLS. Where them backline the guy called Fidel Escobar, you know, playing in Spain. You have one next one.
Mm-hmm.
So and before all of them move, they was playing
Mm-hmm.
locally.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to tell me that Jamaica don't have the talent just enough like Panama team to go forward?
I'm not saying I'm not
Where
saying that we
where where
don't,
the most where the most number 9 playing? Ronaldo Blackburn, where him playing? Him playing somewhere in Bolivia, Peru.
All right, so this is the reason why I'm asking the question is because you will have people who go against the same concept there. So I want clarity on where you stand on it. No, where I stand on it is I understand so wholeheartedly the importance of having that core players locally because they will be able to play more matches together. Because they can just pick you can pick a 11 of the local core and said, okay, we have a practice game. This practice game will be playing against ATR, maybe a Trinidad because
All
it's
right.
close and it's easy
All
and
right.
evening event. It's not a World Cup. It's not a FIFA date. They can pick a team same way and do
let
that.
me just say, Pastor Clive Booty. When Panama they play against USA, how much USA they give them the time? Around 7 or 6 Longuna. Remember the time when they play against them?
Mm-hmm.
And then they have the likes of Gioriana, Christian Pulisic, all of them big star baller, Brendan Harrison, Luca De La Torre. Remember, so they play with before in Laguna. They play with Austria and Panama. They go play them. How much Panama? They give Panama 7. And they see them look local ball and then Panama have come back and then come at Panama and Panama beat them 1-0. So I don't understand what the people are saying. It don't make no sense. I don't understand. 1-1. I want to ask the fans. 1-1. 1-1. The man from England come down. I not something enough coming up. I want all players in diaspora. What I'm saying is that you're not gonna get them right throughout the year for them come. You're gonna get them only international break. I'm just saying, what if something happened like last year when Corona come on? We never know the Corona come on. You get my point from?
All right, so totally understand. All right, so this is what I look at,
Yeah, see, so, Lee better say that we need a camp, we need a local core camp with mixture of U18, 23 and senior players who play the system. That's what I'm saying. But people must say that makes sense. I don't understand that.
Listen,
I use Panama as my benchmark Guna. Panama have a U20 camp, U23 camp. They have camp right through the year, be a local player and then camp Guna. They tell me say you and then other Thomas can nice side. You to play for Dumbo and Demaro Phillips can play nice side. That about
can be in the local squad. In the local squad.
Yeah, local contingent they can be in the camp parallel pick from them. If someone injured they can come in the squad. That that good enough to come be.
Well, let me ask you a question, right? Look at this. So, for example, Pastor Clive Booth said the best 11 takes the field.
I agree with that.
Well, I know. Yes, no, we all agree with that. But here is where there's a factor to it that I think most people are not looking at. When you said the best 11 to take the field, you can also said the best 11 which suit the system to take the field. You can also say that because it's not a case in which you put 11 players, top class players together and expect that they're just going to win all games. Football is not like that. Football is not like that. You don't just select 11 top class players because they're better than everyone else and believe into yourself that they will work. They will just fit in and work together. It's not that football is not that simple. Football is not that simple. It's not that simple. This is what we can look at now. If we have a particular system, and we said, okay, let's select the best players which suit that system, then I would understand. But to just say the best 11, pick the best 11 we need on the field, that there's no context to that, and anything can go wrong in that aspect. For example, let me tell you an example. So, I'm going to use let me use an example. What's his name? Tapa Whitmore. So we're using Tapa Whitmore. We sit back, kick the ball long. Sit back, kick the ball long. In that aspect, we're going to use a Ravel. We're going to have a midfield of Ravel Morrison, Kevin Stewart, Speedy Williams. These players are players who do touch the ball a lot. I touch players. They want to have the ball at their feet. They need to have the ball at their feet to perform at the best. But guess what's happening? We have around the back line, we have Damian Lowe, we have Alvas Powell, we have Kemar Taxi Lawrence. Who else should I put in that one? Who love to kick the ball long? Who else love to kick the ball long? And then now, these are the players. These are the players who have in the defense. None of these defenders would look to utilize the midfielder. So they always bypass the midfielder, go long to a Mikel Antonio, go long to a Andre Gray. So they always bypass midfielders. Now, my question is, to everyone in the comment section, would those players, the Kevin Stewart, the Ravel Morrison, even Speedy Williams, would those players as midfielders work well in that type of system where they're not going to touch the ball as often? All they're going to be doing is working an entire game, but they won't be able to be on the ball. In which, when they're on the ball, that is their best attribute. That is always the best for them. So it's not only
that come down to good coaching and game guna. That me I tell you, because Thomas Christian, the man coach at Leeds, he coach all different parts, he coach in Spain, and the man come and get the best out of the local players in Panama. That me I use that a benchmark. Guna, his Panama team was a benchmark. Then come here and trash you. We have two players in Panama. They play. They never tell me say. You never tell me say there's two some level Englishman out there. So, alright, boom. Yeah, man, I'm gonna score, man. Anton never start up. I say, man, not ball game around the Guna. You see, man, that's not ball game around.
That is true.
System Guna.
That was the Panama team. That was the Panama game, right? That was the Panama game against us where we had a top team. Top team out there.
Man, not ball game two time Guna. And nobody can tell me nothing going on. We have a better team. Most of the players are playing in Europe. I feel them playing in Bolivia, Peru, Rona, Colombia. Some of them play in the Panamanian League. Some of them play Uruguay. And you go tell me.
That is a good. I think that's a good example that you're using. I do believe that's a good example that you're using.
Listen to them. I know people get me wrong. You know, I say the man from England for coming up.
No, man, no. You can't say that, man. You can't say that. You want me to fight?
We respect the player, right?
Ravel, I'm a baller, man.
You get me? I come from, but we have to find a system for the man, them bed man. System. Whenever they come, then they know what that they have do. They know, okay, me and Daniel Johnson draw. They know the pressing system and open up space. Liam be able to get the ball. And then look a simple thing. They need to learn the ball movement.
All right, so Pat Booth said, Panama League is way better than the JPL. Jay Anyway Sports said just name all Tapa core players as long ball kickers. Easy, no.
Clyde. Yeah, I agree. Say the Panama League better, but
so you have to put that. You have to factor in that tonight.
That have to factor in. Me have factor tonight. Say yes, the league better, but why you not getting a big market like them players not going in a big market of sign and some of them players they not go Europe.
We don't know what is what's the condition.
Go and read about the football. Go and research for the football dramatically. So them players then they left and go in a MLS or either then left and go a second division in a fourth division or third division in a Spain. Yes.
All right, look at this what Elias D. Genius said. The lack of pass in the ball in our own back. Whenever they do pass it, they get nervous and give the ball. They need to work on that. All right, so that comes down to quality and individual. Because quite so often, listen, let me show one point. In the second half, I saw Speedy Williams in the central zone. Speedy Williams and Ravel Morris in the central zone coming to fetch, right? Simple as this. All Damian Lowe had to do, you could have simply played it back to the keeper and just go to the closer to the corner flag to sit back, just to invite a little bit, invite the El Salvador players to us just a little bit to open the areas. Just open areas and create some 1v1s. Where if our players are good enough, they win their 1v1s and drive the ball forward. Now, what Damian Lowe up to do was go along, just get the ball up the field, trying to launch it to Leandale. Leandale, who's about 5'6" against a 7-foot defender. Makes no sense. When when you see Richard King on the ball, it doesn't matter who the midfielder is. Richard King is going to play it on the football, the midfielder's foot. I do think that as much as a lot of people would beat Rudolph Speed, when you look at how Rudolph Speed teams play, they play a structured football. Look at Mount Pleasant, they play a structured football. Mount Pleasant coach is a really good coach. Rudolph Speed is coaching his team really, really well. Now, they're not perfect, not saying that they're perfect, but there's aspect of their game in which I love and I understand. When you look at Richard King is one of the best defenders in the league. That it goes to show that there's other players like Richard King in the league. Now, until we know and understand.
No man, Guna, for them take his the good player in Nigeria. Then they are England or somewhere.
No, I don't agree with that still.
That Guna man Chung play primary school league in June. Go and Chung in right?
Yan Chung play primary school. Which way you play? Back at the goal? On the sideline and watch?
No, I play on the sideline and watch. But Chung play until fear prospect. This is before he even left from the album view. I know his mother, I know all him brother, everybody. You get me I come from? I know him for a long time ago now. You get me I come from? And the youth left, you never get signed, you left and go straight to Denmark. No. We've just said, oh, you get the move from Wayne there and left and go Denmark. Or Kyle Paris left from Wayne there in the league and go with Slovenia. Or Shemar could do it. So I tell me the players in the league no good. Them are Phillips to play for. We don't blow all them.
No man, I don't think people are really saying that still. I just believe that they are saying that we should invite everyone who can represent us, and we can pick from that. If it's 100 players, it doesn't matter where in the world they are, who can play for us, we can select from that portion. Okay, all right. So I met a Nigerian. He's half Nigerian, half Jamaican. Plays football in Nigeria, and he's speaking. He said that he likes what's happening. He likes what he's seeing. He's more so of playing for Nigeria, but he likes what is happening in Jamaican football. He likes what he's seeing, and he's quite interested in the program. So he's following me on Instagram and just keep up to date with the Jamaican football because he likes that. Now, if it's 500 players who are eligible to play for Jamaica, 500, you could be in Belgium, Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, UK, Canada, USA. Once you're eligible and you can come to the trials, or the scouts can go and see you guys. I do believe that you have a chance. You should. It should not be limited to a particular set of players. It should not. That is where the problem would come in, where they're limited to a particular set of players. That these guys must be in the squad at all time. It doesn't matter how poor they play, it doesn't matter how bad they are. These guys. So, but let's factor in the other part of that, where the coach's system plays a big factor. So let's go for players who suits the coach's system. All right. So we have a defender. Who loves to play the ball long. The coach is now trying to play a build from the back. The defender is not good at the ball at his feet, so automatically, it could even be better than some of the other defenders that we have. But because it's not good at the ball at his feet, automatically, based off that nature, he would actually be second best to someone who's better with the ball at his feet. That's just how the transition phase is, until they get someone who's better than that person and also better with the ball at his better at defending and also better with the ball at his feet. That is how the transition process is. So if like, for example, let me give an example, like Andre Blake. Ooh, just dropped my phone. All right, so Alex jump off. So like, let me give like Andre Blake. Andre Blake is a good keeper, good shot stopper. Sometimes I really wonder. I really wonder. He's a good shot stopper, but he's not good with the ball at his feet. So what I'm seeing him do now, he's actually smart, He's just throwing the ball out, which is quite, that shows some level of intelligence. Some really level of intelligence right there. So he's throwing the ball out, but he's not the best baller, keeper of the ball at his feet. No, going forward, and Blake is in his prime. Well, he's in his prime. We should find a player, a goalkeeper, who is going to understudy Andre Blake, and that particular goalkeeper should be really good at his with the ball at his feet. That is how we show that we are really, really progressing. Jamaican Guna said, someone tell me what is the highest a JPL or Jamaican club team ever got in the CONCACAF Champions League. Is it championship? Let me check. I would have to check if the championship 2018. Waterhouse 2018. I'm gonna check. I would have to clarify that. And Jamaican Guna if it is Waterhouse, but I'm not sure. I would have to clarify that. I'm not sure. I can't even search now. I would have to clarify that, Jamaican. Someone in the comment section, please do that for me. Please do that for me. I would really, really like to know as well. I would really, really be intriguing to know. Ishmael King, big up Luton Fire. Andre Gray cannot deal with the ball at his feet. He's a good goalkeeper, but just quite poor with the ball at his feet. Ishmael King said, "Them Frost, what is the problem in the league as you see it?" Which one of the league? Our local league? I think in regards to development, for example, some simple stuff like some of the players, you can see the technical level is lacking. We have the speed, the physicality, but that's not just football alone. One of the biggest problems I'm having with our local league is IQ. Many of our players lack the footballing IQ. When they're under pressure, they stop thinking. They start rush and start doing all different type of stuff. Just the footballing IQ. Controlling the game. That's the reason why we don't have a lot of midfielders. We don't have a lot of good midfielders. When you do find some good ones, for example, I do believe like the youngster, Christopher Pearson, it's a prime. It's a really, really, it's a prime. He's a prime. A smart, intelligent midfielder. I really want that guy. To understudy Ravel Morrison. I want him to understudy Ravel Morrison. Travis said, bro, y'all see, the players just need to let go the ball more faster. Look for passes quick. That's what affects Damien Lowe and Speedy. Dan Froza said, the man modernized the JPL and these problems will be irrelevant. Jamaica said, okay, I just read that one a while ago. People may drop the link in the comment section now, so I cannot read all the comments. I'm not can read all the comments. Unless I'm going to know. Travis said Jamaica team won't do good in CONCACAF Champions League until there's a under 20 league and party for players development. Good, that's true. Ilya said, yo, the number 18 did a good job. What do you no joke? Plus the number 16. That's Atafry Bygrave, number 18. The leader said Lawrence Vigoro is the goalie. He's getting his passport. Yes, good goalie, good goalie. He's good at the ball at his feet. Big up, Mr. Maxwell. I drop back a link. So I drop the link periodically so you guys can see it. Rob Smith said, you don't look into the JPL for great teams. You're looking for standout players, so it don't matter how far a JPL team ever went. True. That's true. You're looking for a standout player. And if you can find a standout player, look at it. There's so much talented players right now that used to play in the JPL, that is playing outside of JPL. Not a lot, but I do believe that it's just a mindset thing. Once we, as the Jamaican players, the regular Jamaican players, would have adopted that professional mindset, I do believe that you'll see a lot better, a lot more talented players coming out. Because I do think that we lack that professional mindset. Carter Johnson said, Arnett second in 2018 Caribbean Club Championship. Okay, see Carter Johnson get the information right here. Samash Stewart said, blessings to everyone. Big up Samash. Marmin said, Wagwan for Demar Gray. Listen, there's so much things happening with Demar Gray situation. How can I put it now? I do believe we have Jamaican Guna coming on. I do believe that there will be some major release of information on Demar Gray quite soon. So I definitely don't want to touch on that one. Big up Jamaican Guna. Wagwan.
Wagwan military. Good morning, good evening, good night, good day. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy birthday to everybody. Big up.
This with the same things over and over again.
Yeah, bro, but watching out, I'm there and I chat and I pray the thing before we even comment, bad man. No, what is the highest a Jamaican team has ever gone in the CONCACAF Champions League? More somebody who knowledgeable can answer that.
When they said They said CONCACAF Championship, not the Champions League, which was 2018. Arnett second. They came second in the 2018 Caribbean Champions Club.
No, I never said champion. I never said
yeah.
Caribbean. I said CONCACAF.
CONCACAF. Are someone in the section? We'll have to Google. We'll have to Google that.
Yeah, we need to know that
because I don't have memory on that, so I can't answer.
Yeah,
I cannot answer that one.
Because I can't deal with the delusion, bad bro. I can't deal with the delusion, bro. We have good players in the Jamaican Premier League. Good players are everywhere, bro. I'm not talking about players. We're talking about teams, and we're talking about overall. The quality of the JPL is not at the standard that we're putting it at current, but I am optimistic that it will develop within the next 5 years. It will be a better league than what it is now. Because number one, I think they're trying to professionalize the league, and I think they're trying to develop better pitches. I think because of the integration of young players into the JPL at young age, like from 17, we have 17-year-olds playing in the JPL now. We have
they made it mandatory. They made it mandatory.
Right, in terms of the team selection, but may I talk about playing? The man actually play. We actually have 17-year-olds playing in the league now. Which was not the case before. Multiple players we lost out and who did not get at that opportunity because there wasn't a lot of players at that age group being prioritized.
That never did happen before. So that is one thing I have to respect Mr. Speed in regards to the integral inception of the youthful players in the league. So I have to give Mr. Speed respect for that. And what is happening right now is that the other teams are looking at that and said, okay, that is working. Why not go that way? It's youth. Now, when we usually watch the JPL, usually some big belly man run up and down in midfield. I'm not seeing that again because some of these players are most like, as I said, youth players. No, when you don't play JPL, you can't make a JPL squad. You can't make a squad.
Yeah, continue.
You can't make a squad. So there's so much young players, and I see a lot of the teams right now are deliberately going and get the stars from the Manning Cup and the Dakar Cup. Now, what this is doing is this now. Remember that we were calling for a program which is more inept and proper in developing the young players than the Manning Cup and Dakar Cup. So this is what's happening right now. Some of these top talents, the young players, they're going to get the full 11 months of football. This is how they're going to get it, right? Or 8 months. This is how they're going to get it. They play 6 to 7, 3 to 4 months in the schoolboy football, right? 3 to 4 months in the schoolboy football. The other 4 to 4 months would be in the JPL. So it's a split between the schoolboy football and the Jamaica Premier League. No, not many of them will be playing as starters in the club. But what is happening is that they're in and amongst better players we can actually fast track their developmental growth. So the things that they lack at the younger stage, it can fast track when they started to go into the Premier League club. What that does is it gives the players the opportunity to develop themselves quicker. So back in the days when you have man with big belly playing in the JPL, people can say, yes, the quality there totally not good. But when you look upon a Richard King who's 20 years old, it's 22 years old, between 21, 22 years old, who's playing in the JPL, and when you see him on the national level, it is clear that he's even better than some of the defenders that we have used at that level, coming from the same JPL. And in the event, as someone who's watching JPL, is not the only player that is in JPL of that talent. Imagine if we can continue with this youthful program of the JPL, how many of the Richard Kings can we find? How many Christopher Pearson can we find? How many Tariq Zimenez can we find? Imagine we have squads full of Tariq Zimenez, full of Christopher Pearsons, full of Richard King. Do you believe that is a vast step going forward and you'll see a better JPL league?
Yeah, that is what I refer to. I wouldn't say there weren't no younger players because Kevin Pella Wilson and them man, they did play Premier League at probably 16 years old. So I wouldn't say there weren't younger players before. There were always youth players coming through. But what I'm saying is that the bulk of them, or the priority of them being put forward and saying, okay, we're looking at youth, that was never the case. And they give the youth them the opportunity to play in the JPL squad. You know, that is another thing again. Pele Wilson was maybe what you would call an exceptional talent.
Exceptional.
Yeah. So you would have said, yeah, they're exceptional talent. But how many of those have we lost in the strainer? We are straining out the players them because we did have one under 21 league at one point in Jamaica and them scrap it. And and maybe that was the idea of Rene Simoes in terms of developing players. If somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was the idea of Rene Simoes to create under 21, right, to develop the local youth players. So you have a youth leaving Manning Cup, and by the time I reach leave Manning Cup in my 19, 18, 19, them time they're too late, brother, for develop players. You have so much players leaving Jamaica, and when they reach a point, them just learn how to play football, bro. Because they're learning so much that they didn't know how to do. And you hear
there's one right now,
Kaim Paris and Maggie and Boza and all of them, man, even from as far back as Fuller. Fuller said when we reach England, when we reach out in the world, when we realize there's so much I did not know. So he started to relearn. And the fact is these players adapt quickly, and that's why they were able to make it at the highest level. You understand?
Yeah.
Not Kaim Paris as yet or Maggie as yet, but I mean Fuller. They adapted quickly because they bought into the philosophy or whatever that they were taught, and they themselves had to adapt because they had natural ability. Jamaica does have natural ability, but it's to hone that natural ability and craft it into something world class. That is where we don't have it. Takes coaching, it takes good.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. There's a lot to
we have to look at all of them factors there. You know, we have to look at all of them factors when we are referring to Jamaica. So some man make some delusional comments, bro. JPL is not even the best league in the CONCACAF region, bro. Can you take the best JPL team and put them up against the best MLS team with their full strength side and then beat them?
I highly doubt that. Highly doubt that. There's some tough teams in the CONCACAF region. Club teams specifically. We're gonna see Cavaliers and Waterhouse how they face up against in the club championship. So we will see how that one goes. All right, so we have Rajan Williams said Paris Maggie for the in the squad. Me and you are feedback in the background. I'm Jamaican good. You like coffee? Yeah. So Paris Maggie for in the squad. There's so much call for Maggie in recent times. I wonder what's happening. There's so much call for Maggie in recent times. All right. So people, we have discussed a lot about the local league. Hey, people, they're telling that the local league is one of the biggest, how should I put it now? It's one of the biggest debates in football in Jamaica right now, the local league, specifically local league. Rob Smith said that's like saying a Belgian team will never went far in the Champions League, so we shouldn't select players there. That's a very good concept. But I think they do have Belgian teams who would have tried far in it, but it's been a long time, and that is where a lot of scouts would have actually went to get players. Pastor Clive said solid talk, Jamaica and Guna. Travis said clubs after a king. Maggie ain't playing. How's that fair? True. Elias the Junior said, bro, USA not that good. Trust me. Carter Johnson said, Flemo. Ishmael King said, Jamaica and Guna, why do you think we can't match up to the CONCACAF League? As I said, Cavaliers and Waterhouse will cancel that debate quite soon. We'll know for sure what level the JPL is at right now. We'll know for sure when those games kick off. So, people, we have had so much discussion. And Rajan said, military. Up to now, we don't find a better youngster than Maggie. Really? Really? We'll see. We'll see. We will see. I can't say any bad thing about Maggie. But I do believe that he should make a move from the club that he's at right now. That is the only thing I can say. Maybe a lower tier team in the league and re-come back. So let's get back to the Canada versus Jamaica game. We have done so much discussion rather than Canada versus Jamaica. All right, so games won 7, games drawn 7, games lost 9. Wow. So in recent times, Jamaica were faced off against Canada. Luckily, the last game we played was a draw, a 0-0 draw. That was in October. Then before that, we lost. We win the last 3 games after that. So the last 5 games, we have had some good results. 1-3, drew 1, lose 1. So we have had good results against Canada in recent times. We have had good results against Canada in recent times. So that is something that definitely one should look at and understand. Oh, I don't know what going on Jamaica and going just drop off.
Yeah, switch network, man. Me switch over the Wi-Fi a while ago. So I'm up and running again.
Okay. All right, so we could go further, a little bit more on the discussion, the Jamaica versus Canada. All right, so the last 5 games we played against them, and it's history is a hell of a thing, because most of the teams that we struggle against, history would have shown that we struggle against those teams. The teams that we beat up, history shows that we beat them up. But it would have shown that Jamaica has the last 5 games, we have a better outing against Canada. We're only losing 1 game, draw 1 and win 3. The last most recent result is a loss and a draw, which is actually, I think, is a better standing of where Canada is right now because of the development that they had, the players that are coming in. Back in 2017, they didn't have a lot of those players that they have right now playing in the first team. What are your thoughts on this game, Jamaica and Guna?
I think, sir, first and foremost, they say all of that goes out doing there, when you step out from the field 11v11.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You cannot you just use that as reference, but that is not facts. You can just use that as reference to say, okay, yeah, they beat up us, we draw with them, whatever. It's good to know,
Mm-hmm.
But that's not fact in relation to this game. We cannot tell what this game will bring. One team can have a very, very good day, and another team have a very, very bad day. Recently, North Macedonia knocked out Italy, the European champions.
Yes.
So Italy now go World Cup. Recently, Real Madrid lose to Sheriff. Right?
Yeah, true.
So we cannot look at these things and say, oh, it's definitive. Because that is why man always say the ball around. You don't know what can happen.
Any result can turn up.
Any result can turn up. But I can tell you that Canada want forward, bring some drum and some pam and them on dance pan Jamaica head in order to celebrate, so them a go World Cup. So just bear that in mind. So the man them forward out with the big guns except for maybe Alphonso Davis. But them have everybody else there fit and ready to go. And them are try dance from Jamaica head, especially since they haven't beaten us in a couple of years. Them are try dance from we head in order to go to the World Cup at our expense.
This and this is a pivotal time for them, as well, no, because all they need is 1 point.
Military, the man them take 10 years and build them football thing back from zero. 10 years the man them taking it. Don't think that this is coincidental. They must get up in the remember to Canada always been known as a tough team. Don't think it's coincidence the man them get up on a beach.
Question.
And a ball everybody after the party.
You think the Jamaican fan base have that time? Are that patience?
No, sir. It's patience. Don't go patient in Jamaica, but the only way in a KPH hospital, brother.
So, don't you think that is way more difficult for the Jamaican for the Jamaican football to progress if we don't have the patience?
No, it's always difficult, but we just don't have that. We don't have, first and foremost, we don't have a culture of football. Canada, they have a football culture.
I think it's building, The culture is building,
Building the football culture? I think it's going the opposite direction. Yeah, I think it's going the opposite direction. I think before people were more interested in football than they are today. I only think
maybe because I coverage
is looking really good. No, but coverage is supposed to be better. We're in the age of the YouTube, we're in the age of the Instagram, we're in the age of the TikTok. Why we're not seeing more information and even the player profiles? When a player, the people them basically getting them news from people like you, people on the YouTubes. That's what people get their news from, bro. It's not like people get their news like with the people them, are interested in the team and know. Yesterday, when the match I played a couple of days ago, I was around some people. Nobody knows Jamaica play match in Jamaica, bad man.
Really?
Yeah, nobody never know.
Well, you there Jamaica now?
Yeah, I'm there Jamaica right now.
Oh.
And when me there, man ask me, after the Jamaica match, how would that be watch for the floor? Yeah, it's not the interest is waned, bro. It's not grown.
Yeah.
As I said, I think that the JPL, based on how they have rebranded, I think it's a good step in the right direction. Based on how they rebranded, it's a good step. But overall,
You not follow me Instagram? You don't know my Instagram page?
Yeah. I think I follow it. I'm not sure.
All right.
But I know I'm subscribed to your channel, but I'm not sure if I follow it.
No, I'm not at the YouTube, man. I'm at Instagram. So I have been getting a lot of people reached out to me about my Instagram page recently, and people want to buy from me as well. so these are some of the work I'm going to do on the Instagram page for the JPL. These are some of the work I'm going to do for the JPL, basically. Make it bigger so people can see. I don't know if you can see Jamaican good. You can see it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so these are some of the works I'm going to do on Instagram page for the JPL with the banners and all that kind of something there. And people that say them like it. People that say them really like it because it kind of show a level of professionalism. So every week me have like me have all the team of the week. Me have the team of the week. So people who are know players in a JPL who consistently perform, they would have run come check my team of the week. So you can see up here, so you have Atafry Bargrave as the lead as the striker for the team of the week. 10 game weeks now. Atafry Bargrave has been a part of the game week. I think 7 of them. Now my 7 team of the week. Cephas in about 4. Nicholas Nelson in 4. Daniel Green in 6. Let me see who else. Eric Edwards. This is the Arnett goalkeeper in a 4. In a 4 of them. Richard King in a 6 team of the week. So I was not surprised. I was not surprised when I saw these players who have been repeatedly in a team of the week, not just mine, but in the team of the week, being a part of the senior call up. I am not surprised at that because these players, week in, week out, are putting in excellent performance. There's also other players. Benbow, I think he's in the squad 5 times. Andre Fletcher, 4 times. There's so much players that we can highlight right now who have been having exceptional performance week in, week out in the JPL. And I'm going to ask that question. Oh, yeah, I ask that question. What's your thoughts on Atafry Bargrave? Look at cameo you have. What do you think about that?
It was very impressive. He deserves a call up, that is first and foremost. Usually we have seen in the past where the leading goal scorer for Jamaica wasn't called up for the Jamaica national team. I think so the leading goal scorer for Jamaica, once a squad is being assembled, the leading goal scorer out of the local league should always be called. All the time.
Despite the age?
Despite the age. All the time. Because that age, how old is Benzema?
Benzema, about 31 or 32.
Okay. Him still a score goal, don't?
Well, that is true.
Okay. How old is Michael Antonio?
Antonio, 31.
Okay. Him still a score goal, don't?
True, so true.
Okay. So where is this? Where how old is Ibrahimovic?
About 41 now.
Oh, him still a score goal, don't?
Oh, come on, man. Man,
Okay,
my
so,
king, man.
so why is people trying to paint this now? Why only Jamaicans feel like say only youth alone matter? Why we can't have a player who is a late bloomer who's banging in the goals?
Yes, you use the right word. You use a very, very good word right there. It's a late bloomer. For anyone who don't understand football, so late bloomers are players who normally find them prime after 25 going up. These are late bloomers. Rajan Williams said military. Butler said whispers better than Andre Gray. That's a very, very big statement, you know. That's a huge statement. Huge statement. Before me get touch that statement, when finish I say late bloomers, you have late bloomers in football people. Not every player will kick off at the young stage. You have enough players who, when they are 19, 20, they must prime. But as soon as they touch 25 going up, they just drop off one cliff. I have many players who are good at that age, and when they touch 25, they no spike. That is football.
Bro, you know that you have so many players that people talk like they say Brazilian players have a tradition of burning out early, right? So they start early and then mash up the place and then they burn out. You know, you're not back from them by the time it's 20 or 20. That's true. That's a tradition they say in Brazilian football.
That is
but
true.
We as Jamaicans tend to have late bloomers. I don't know if it's our genetics. We tend to have late bloomers. We tend to start learning stuff when we reach 25. When other players maybe are at them in at them peak.
You know what I think?
You know. So
me think because I one time reaching level, we start getting the experience. You think because on reaching level, we start getting people start getting the
that man tell us
opportunity.
we were late, bro. Listen me, you
Yeah.
have 16 years playing Champions League, bro. Because the man start training from them at 6 and 7, bad man. Them know the technicalities. So, if you go outside of the Jamaican shows and anywhere at all and go down one training session, if you go to Borussia Dortmund, which I have. If you go to Barcelona, which I have. If you go to I went to Hamburg as well in Germany, and I go a training session, go play some ball, look at 15-year-old youth. Them that kill me. But by 2 minutes time I burn out. Because the man them know where them supposed to do on the football field. They move like a robot. So when you see these teams producing constant quality players, it's not just coincidence. Them know which part of them foot we use, kick the ball at which part of the ball. They might tell us when you kick the ball, if you kick it right at the angle, and them have a red spot, and that's so them to kick the ball from, and at that part, they then put them to use to get the ball to go certain places. So when we learn these things in our system and in primary school, if him can use them left foot and can shift off some people, them not teach him how to use him right foot.
That's true.
If he's a forward. In other academies, when you're 13, 11, 12, you don't have a position.
It's just a late development, man.
When you go academy, you don't have a position, bro. That is the problem. When you start, you don't have a position. You play everywhere. You play left back, right back. Today the coach come and say, "Yo, you playing left back." If you tell a little you consider himself a forward from my 10-year-old, go play left back. You must say, "Oh, me on the left back, me a forward."
and I like that. I'm off work with it.
Over me, I say. So that's the indiscipline and them something that were ingrained in our system.
Let me give you an example like that. Like when me I play the Casa Cup, right? The coach have me play 3 positions: striker, right winger, right back. The key aspect out of all them positions there was my speed. So him try to utilize my speed. The coach never work on my technical aspect. Bro, can't control a ball if you say myself. After, let me tell you when me can control ball. When me about 25. So whole of the D cup, even though me score goal and sin, me can't control ball good. me can't control ball good. So we don't focus on that. Yes, if so for example,
bro, if you go in this academies, them military, you will see it's just that the exposure, a lot of people not exposed to certain things. So they will come on platforms like these and they will make ignorant comments. But when you look at there's not a coincidence why Kyan Paris left Jamaica so early and he wanted to go overseas, and he wanted to go even earlier than he actually went. And now when you go over the youth, sit out, they are Domzali, sit out maybe a year or 2, learn them work on them individually, and then when them learn certain things, then them integrate them in the squad, because what them learn, if they have it already, they'll spring in the squad and you become a star immediately, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna give an example.
Go and relearn certain things.
I'm gonna give an example. Let me give a perfect example. And for me, let me tell you the truth. This I'm gonna discuss more to listen keenly, people. This what I'm gonna discuss. I'm gonna take it personal, and it's also a bit embarrassing. I think it's slightly embarrassing. Junior Flemings. Now, Junior Flemings are part of the national program for years. Junior Flemings are part of the national program. When Junior Flemings get the big transfer, they are USL play ball, but Junior Flemings get the big transfer, gone to the French league, the second tier French league. Junior Flemings cannot make even the bench of the team. Not saying that he will not. That said that he will never make the bench, make the team. No, not saying that. But I'm speaking about what is happening right now. What's happening right now is this: he's struggling to make the first team. He's playing just a pickup in regards to playing some good football with the reserve team. But the first report, based off the reports that I have got, is that he's not ready yet. He still have a long way to go. That is the first report me get. He's not ready yet. He still have a long way to go. Second report, him score, him look a little bit better, him look a little bit more comfortable. So I can assume that it's just getting comfortable and transition. The third report is that he's looking okay, still looking okay, but he's still not ready for first team. He play what he again, report again I'm get, I'm still not ready for first team, but him look okay same way. No, this that I'm talking about, is a reserve team, This is not the first team. And this is also in the second tier division of the French league. Jamaica and Guna, listen to this what I say. Junior Flemings at this point in time just a learner how to play football. And that is the truth. Him just a learner how to play football.
How old him is?
Flemings number 27, man.
Okay, cool. So who you think I get the game? Who you think I get in game in the first team and I play every week? Some 18 and 19-year-old.
Some 19-year-old and 20-year-old. So in the way behind. In the way behind. And because he's so far behind.
And French division, second division. What would you that in terms of England? Where would you put French second division?
I think that would be about League One. I think I'll put it League One.
And we're saying that our players should be in the Premier League and in the Championship.
We want to push. We want to push
when
him
match
in there.
It out, it don't make no sense in my G. Just match it out. Just take time, because sometimes when them talk about bag of things, they might try to cover up the garbage in them. All right, so them take one big thing of spray, one big arm, like a big almond, and then spray the almond on the garbage bag, and then feel like so just because it smells good, that means there's no garbage anymore. So we have fixed this now. Make a fix it garbage or someone ourselves. If we have a player who is who is demanding a starting spot in Jamaica's national team, right? He was a star in the USL. And you move that player to the second division of France, which is equivalent, based on what you said, to League One in England. Now, in case people don't understand, you have League One, League Two, Championship, Premier League. So League Two is the lower one, League One is the one above it, then Championship, then Premier League. Now, if you were saying it's equated to League One, and I think that's being generous. If you're saying it's equated to League One, right? Then we have a player, we would say equivalent, playing in League One in France and can't make the side. But yet still, if a League One player express interest in representing Jamaica, who is born in England, we would have an issue with that and say a League One player, I want to come play for Jamaica, and we don't want them man they over one Champions League player. You understand the bias? You understand the bias and the difference when I break it down?
All right, look on this Jamaican Guna. Let me show me look on things. Me look on it as well. No. Problem me have a different standpoint. Now, me always varies in views, but I do believe that as fans, right? We tend to like players. Right? And we tend to like a particular set of players. And we tend to want to push that player as far as possible because we like them. Now, the reality is this. Even though we like those players, even though we want to push those players, the fact that any of these players have that level, that quality level to perform at the level that we want to force them to go. That is where the problem lies. And we have to be very, very mindful, you know. We bring across a certain message. Now, I used to there's so much players that I used to hear people said, this guy is ready for that level, that guy is ready for this level. And the truth is they're not. Because Junior Flemings, all right, let me give you a good example. Big up Kimo just coming on. Everyone in the comment section, massive respect. Keep on hitting the like button. If you're liking the conversation, we're just having a decent conversation. Kimo and Jamaican Guna. Let me give you another example. I want to touch on the Rajan Williams comment as well. I really need to touch on the comment there. I want to hear Kimo thoughts on it. I want to hear your thoughts on it, Jamaican Guna. Let me touch on this aspect as well. There's one particular player in the USL who is way better than Junior Flemings. He has higher ratings in the USL. He scores a lot more goal in the USL. He's actually a more highly rated player in the team than Junior Flemings, which is Nico Brett. Now, Nico Brett wasn't the one who got the opportunity to make the big move. Where would you draw the contrast between Nico Brett and Junior Flemings if both of them, if Nico Brett would have gotten the opportunity to go on to the Toulouse team, would he have made a bigger impact than Junior Flemings? I remember Nico Brett kind of made an early move to the USL. What's your thought on it, Kimo? Before we get to Jamaican Guna.
Well, if you're using comparison with how long Nico Brett is in the USL from and the time that he's in the USL from, how long it take to make that transition to a different league or a more competitive league, well, that can be controversial. You understand what I'm saying? Because Flemings, where the age group is concerned, Flemings is much more younger than Nico Brett. But
I don't with this with aspect like these, I don't really think it's down to the years or anything. Maybe it's down to maybe management and agent. You understand? I don't think so. Because of course, Nicobert have proven to be consistent and prolific in the USL. It's just unfortunate that he's not in Europe as yet playing. And I'm not sure if he will actually be, you know, in Nicobert is maybe closing in on what, 30, or if he's not 30 already, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure his age, but you're bringing across a valid point. I'm Jamaican Guna. What's your thoughts on it? Like we lose him again.
Yeah. Me there, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, watch now. How much goal Nicobert score in the last 2 seasons?
I think he scored about 40 plus goal.
In how much games?
How much game? Possibly about I think each league game has.
Yeah, go ahead. Those are the hitman. Remember, you know, if you score 1 and 2 in any league, you know, you're elite level for that league.
No man, he always in top 5 goal. If he pass 6 seasons, always in the top 5 goal scorer in the league, you know. I think possibly.
No, but that not answer the question. Is he a 1 goal in 2 game striker?
Average, I think so. Me I'll check. Me I'll check right now.
All right, number 1. That is number 1. Second thing is his age. Nicobert is about 29. That's all. Right. And in France, I'm very surprised that when they got the deal over in France, because in France their focus is on youth. They like to bring through youth. So I was really impressed, to be honest, that he got that Flemings went to France, because I know how France set up. Them set up for youth. Them set up for youth development. You see it? So that is when we want to know how that. So find that out and then we can come in.
All right. So this season so far, him gone 2 games and scored 2 goals. Last season, he started 29 games and scored 18 goals. So I'm going to check his season before that. The season before that, he played 17 games and has 9 goals, 3 assists. The season before that. So basically, as I say, one goal every 2 games. Just as you say. In goal scoring ratio 0.5. Eh?
When still do yourself?
Kima bring across a good point. Agent.
I'm not supposed to do yourself same here, bro. Listen, man. All my people know this, bro. All right, I'll give you an example. Well, I'll give you an example. I have one of my link them. See? He's a player. He's Famo. Famo is a player in the USL. See? So we'll go party together with the reason and I'm show me how he play for Orlando. Sorry about the dog barking. I have $1 million. Hold on there. Yeah. So we go party with them. We did a reason about football and thing, and they tell me. I say him play for Orlando. See? So we did a whole of vibes with the man. The man I show all the thing, bro. You know? You see the USL players, them, bro. USL is for it's when a player leave, in my view. So a player leave the schoolboy football. And that's for them for and then for going to JPL. Them just leave schoolboy football and get themselves enrolled in the USL. Because the USL is like a professional league, you know. It's set up like that. There's marketing around it. There is home, you know, like you have a home team and you have a community that supports the club and stuff like that. That is basically what the USL is. See? So it's a good what you call it now? It's a good training place for you to go and learn how to be in a professional environment. Them give you a car for drive, them give you a nice place to live, and make sure you're taking care of relation to that. So some people go to that league and they get super comfortable. You understand? But the quality of the league is not the highest. But the environment in which is provided for you as a player is very good. You feel me? I said to you, bro.
Yeah.
So you have to draw the line out. Do you want to be in a comfortable environment where you know you get a place to stay, get a nice car for roll around in the America, the right? So 2-3 hours to reach back on the ground in Jamaica. You can come look for your family, so on and so forth. As opposed to Europe, where you would probably get the same pay or even less. But it's far away. It's a way of one part. It's a culture shock because all of Jamaicans not got their own. So you can't find cornmeal over there because nobody when you go to Europe enough time you can't even them don't know any cornmeal, brother. You see it? So them look a thing that is the culture shock. Sometimes the man them fear for. Because none of the man them don't know how to basically live by themselves. But in the US, like America, they're right there, so they're right on Jamaica doorstep. You can just link to your bro them and you have family with their own and everybody their own. You can go over your auntie go eat some food and boom back. You understand me, bro? So people are factoring these things.
That kind of
when you talk about the players. Exactly. I feel like so when you're there, so it's just a stepping stone to something bigger, bro. Ricardo Pepe was playing in the USL, bro. And Ricardo Pepe was playing in the USL probably about 17 years old. So it's where I think our players should be targeting USL when they look at youth and bring them in a professional environment where they have individual people can focus in on their individual skills and develop them. You know what I'm saying? Because we have too much players lost when them leave out of schoolboy football, bro. Them stop, them lose, them fall out of love with the game. You know, all of them things, and we lose so much talent.
That is true. That is true. I mean, talented.
JPL coming in, this will help our players moving forward. But we still need a more professional environment, such as USL. But I don't think so when you're 27, 28 years old, unless you just want to eat a food. You know, for them USL, brother.
So let me tell you, let me tell you something. I go one name, right? It's a young lad that me I speak to if he pass. About a year no me and him talk. I show me try to find a name. His name Michael McFarlane, right? His name Michael McFarlane. He was a part of the Barcelona Academy. The Barcelona Academy. He's 17 years old. And he's now playing in the USL. I think he's now playing in the USL at 17 years old. Starting for the club. And he is very, very interested in playing for Jamaica. Very, very interested in playing for the Reggae Boyz. At 17 years old, a former Barca Academy resident, and is quite interested. He's very, very interested. We were supposed to have some dialogue. Well, we have been dialoguing, speaking over a time period about the Under 20 squad, and he wants to reach out, and I show him the necessary channels. I showed him the necessary channels and how to get in contact, because I do believe he's one to watch. He's one to watch, and I've been speaking to him for a while. Me could get to the question here because a long time I have it up. Military. Rajan Williams said military. Butler said Whisper is better than Andre Gray. Kimo, you first. What is your thought on that?
Really and truly, to be honest, first of all, we have to understand the kind of player Andre Gray is and the kind of player the youngster is, which is Whisper. I know about Whisper because Whisper is from Port Royal. I know about. So he's packed a punch where strength is. He can kick the ball with both feet. He's strong. Whisper plays around 3 positions. Understand? And because of his age, he's 16 going 17. You could see him surpassing Andre Gray. But we can't undermine what Andre Gray has accomplished because football stay injuries. He's young, you never might know he can pick up an injury. So I won't compare a professional footballer with someone that is still learning the game coming up. But Whisper is a great talent for us, and we should try our best to nurture his talent so he can be an ambassador for our football in the future and for the next World Cup campaign. So I won't go over the moon and talk, and that's just the reality.
I agree with that 100%.
He should be in that under 20 team as well. He's a great talent.
Jamaican Guna, what's your thoughts on this same comment that Mr. Butler said?
He didn't say he's better than Andre Gray. He says he's the best
striker.
No, he said he's the best striker. He's better than all the strikers currently in Jamaica's side. That is what it's what actual words were.
So
he's saying
that
he's
we
better
are worse
than.
than how me think.
Yeah, it's worse than waiting. He never said, I never single out. I didn't hear him single out Andre Gray. Let me put it that way. I didn't hear him single out Andre Gray. I said Whisper is better than all the players currently all the strikers currently in the national team.
All right.
That is what he said.
Well, we could look on it this way now, Jamaica and Guna, because at this moment we only have one striker, one main striker. Well, two, Bygrave and Andre Gray. These are only two main strikers. Everybody else are wingers and slash wide forwards, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you mean the current squad, you know. I don't know if you mean the current squad. I don't know if it includes Boza and Michael Antonio as well. I don't know. I cannot say.
Well, I could take that out. I could use the current squad now. So we say Atafry, Bygrave, and Andre Gray then, because we don't want to go so far figures. So I could use this, the Andre Gray and Bygrave. So what's your take on it using those?
I currently based on what I've seen, I've watched a lot of footage of the youth. Listen, what people are looking at is his age. You see, at his age, the bravery, strength, aggression, movement that he has at his age, as a local youth, bro, it's above normal. If you watch the games that he playing, watch when him don't have the ball, how him play. You understand? Him quick, him strong, him two-footed, him skillful, him have a good first touch, him have a good turn of pace, him have a whole heap of attributes that can make him probably be the best striker Jamaica have developed out of our place. He have the attributes to do that. And I don't say that lightly. Let me tell you why. A couple years ago, more than a couple years ago, I was in I overnighted in Belgium. One of my brethren them you know, where they play some FIFA. So I must say, what are you guys doing in the evening? So I say, oh, yo, we're supposed to go over France now. We are waiting for the ride to come pick up. But the ride say, yo, we are come pick up in the morning. So let's go and build a Belgium and thing. So I say, all right, boom. I must say, there's a Jamaican kid here, you know. So I say, which Jamaican kid? I don't know the Jamaican ball I play in Belgium. I must say, yeah, there's a Jamaican kid here, man. So I say, yo, come go watch him. Go watch some training. Boom. I watch the training, see a local youth on the side named Leon Bailey. So when me post up Leon Bailey on my page, bro, Leon Bailey, they verified. You understand me? I say, all right. So when I post him up on I posted up on my Instagram to let people know, say, how long me see the youth. And I say, yo, this youth, no man, the youth is not normal. Brother, the man run rings on the man, them, brother. The man turning a, the man them look like some idiot, brother. The man make the man them look like Joker. The man play with it all up on the line, the man flick ball over man head, bro. You understand me? I say?
Yeah.
And this is in training. And you can see the respect what the man have for the local youth. See? So if you look on my Instagram page, you can see where I posted, say, yo, this is from when me said that youth, yeah, I gonna be probably the best baller Jamaica ever produced. This is years before him blew up.
Why
this
Instagram
when
page?
it was at Genk. Huh? Yeah, you can go on my Instagram page. What Instagram? And send it. I send it.
Tell me, you know people follow you.
No. What was supposed to say that, man? See? But watching that, I post it back on my Instagram page, bad man. And I tell you, say, when I see the youth, so I am very confident in Craig Butler's judgment, because when he was saying that Leon Bailey was a special talent, nobody saw it. So with Craig Butler's judgment alone, I have to believe that this player is very, very good. And he doesn't say that lightly about every other player. He rate up in players, them obviously, because he is an agent. So obviously, more people hear about him players, them, and expose them and get them sold on so that them can help them family and them can get some money in a theme packet as well. So that's nothing wrong. That's his job. That's his job. His job is an agent,
as
right?
an agent.
But when you hear him come out and say that, it's not something that I take very lightly, because he said the same thing about Leon Bailey. He said Leon Bailey was really, really great, and people did not see it, and he saw it. And if he says that Whisper is above normal, I cannot go against him 100%. I tell you the truth. I believe say him track record with Leon Bailey, don't have to be 15 players, because no man no bring no player boy, we're bigger than Leon Bailey. No man no can say them responsible for training a player and bringing a player through, which is bigger than Leon Bailey in a Jamaica history. None, man. None of them. So some of the coach them where you talk, them a coach where you sit down pan, bro. Them are a coach where you blow up where they pan field. Because them a style the man, but at the same thing, they never bring through nobody bigger than Bailey. You see? So what you know? Me have a respect where the G say, but at the same time, at this current stage, based on what I am seeing, I am no scout, I am no agent. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't think he's there as yet, but we can never tell. You know what I mean? We can never tell because the players them that I saw him against are his age group players. Well, not him age group because the man them bigger than him. The man them older than him. So he might play against some 18, 19-year-old and the youth about 15. And I dazzle the man them, bro. You understand me? I say, and the man brave, brother. The man afraid of nobody, bro. And that is one of the things them where when you play ball, if any man play ball, I'm always tell you say, if you're an attacker, make the defender scared of you. If you're a defender, make the attacker scared of you. So he's a man who's scary because I'm pace and in power because he might come at you with bravery. And he might look in a live ball and shoot the ball past and get around you. So with that bravery at that young age is what people are looking at. You know what I mean? When Tia Walcott was a local youth, he had that. Him had that bravery for looking in a live ball and shoot the ball past in a business who you be. You're gonna be like a mountain. You know what I mean? So when we see 17-year-olds like Pedri and these local youth, 17, 18-year-olds playing Champions League and pick up ball in the midfield and run around someone and knock ball around someone. You have to appreciate that. The youth named Makuku from Borussia Dortmund. Pick up the ball and just does the people in the business who you be. Having a big like a awesome in the business. So that bravery in him, we have to look at that thing because not many players will come from Jamaica have that bravery. That's why I rate the youth green because I saw that in him as well. Him have that. It's the same thing with Shaman Nicholson have, bro. When Shaman Nicholson was 17 years old playing for, I think he was 17 at the time, playing for Trenchtown. And I play for Boys Town at the same time, bad man. The man brave, the man of business who you be. The man of business if you have 25 years in a JPL. The man pick up the ball and run at you, bro. So that bravery at that young age, you have to look at it and I am not the one to come out and say I don't think Whisper is at that level as yet. I'm not gonna come out and say that because in certain ways I have to give certain respect to Craig Butler because he did it before. You know what I mean? And I'm certain that he will find a lot of people being wrong about what he's saying now. So someone will come out and say, oh, the man is delusional. When time Whisper start, them same man that goes, yeah, man, you did good for you a long time, you know same good. So, you know what I mean?
All right. Well, you give a very, very, I would call it a clinical explanation on the entirety of the situation. No, I do agree. Big up Crooks Skyward. I do agree with a lot of what you said. I agree with most everything what you said. I agree with 100%. But I won't be afraid to say that at this moment, without a doubt, Whisper, based off what we have seen and heard, and even the video clips them and something, and the videos them when play against overseas, without a doubt, you can see the talent. You can 100% see the talent that Whisper has. Now, I think we have to be mindful that Andre Gray is a Premier League player, an English Premier League player, goal scorer in English Premier League, goal scorer in champion in champions in championship, goal scorer in FA Cup, goal scorer in Carlington Cup. We have to be mindful of that. You're also a part of a team that win the championship, I think, twice. And also one of the leading goal scorers during that time period for the club in taking the club into English Premier League. That is not something that we can definitely understate it. We cannot understate that. Whisper is a talented young man.
I agree with you.
We cannot understate it.
You ever hear about a player called Ronaldo Navarro? Where we would call the Ronaldo. Okay, you ever hear about that player there? Do you know that when he was supposed to get invited in the Brazil team, they protested? Do you know that they protested that he should be included and they were at big beer forward? The same thing what you just said. Oh, you don't realize that the man is a Champions League goal scorer. Half chicken score over there. And the man say, you drop him and put that local youth in his side. That local youth are the thing. The man, the man have scored 25 goals last season and 30 goals last season before that. And and the man the track record and improve. The man is proven goal scorers. And the man say, brother, that local youth are the real deal. You know, so the coach at the time, I think it was Dunga Nakali youth. And there was a big protest in Brazil to get the youth on the side. So you say it's not just about that, bro. Sometimes you have a exceptional talent. And it's not about the record that exceptional. Them don't have no record, but them have exceptional talent. And you give that person the opportunity to go in a squad and they can make magic. It's not all the while about the record that exists. Some people don't have no record. It's like you go one job and a man say, yo, me have 25 years of doing that job here, so that means me better than you.
Yeah.
And you have a man who just come in, who just forward out of college, who can do the job better, but because the man have 25 years experience and him forget the work, that means he's better? No, that doesn't necessarily mean he's better. He just have more experience.
Yeah, he have more experience, but all right, listen, all right, what me look on is this, you know, in football, right? Me understand the concept of the job and something. What me look on is this, me understand 100% what you say. There's so much more for Whisper to learn about the game, specifically the striker role, versus a player who have been against some of the best defenders in the world already. I've been against some of the best defenders in the world. Whisper is yet to come up against some of, yes, he's not deny him talent, you know, but he's yet to come up against defenders who can read him, who can know him, the top of the top defenders, the defenders at the top echelons of football. He's yet to come up against them to understand the graph, understand the dark art of football. Not saying that he won't learn it, but at this present moment, he hasn't mastered those aspects of his footballing game. We have to be
right because he's a young kid, but I'm saying
he's a young kid.
Let me show you a thing. Let me show you a thing military.
I'm not saying no have it, no. I'm not saying no have it.
No, I'm show you a thing military. Let me show you a thing.
Let
me show you a thing. Me know a youth where play a ball. And him look at me and say, DJ, you know, say, more up my goal scoring tally for the season in the Premier League. And him say, yeah, man, I say, more up my tally for this goal scoring. Because I not get the national side because I not scoring enough goal. No, actually, him say, him don't know why I'm not getting the national side. I say, brother, you're not scoring enough goal. You score 4 goals and 5 goals in 18 matches. Or you expect to go in the national side as a striker.
But now say so.
You understand me? I say, get up a goal tally. Him start off on fire and then him cool off. See? And I say, so my reason with him, I say, bro, in order to reach where you want to reach, you have to look pan your goal tally and try to go at least 1 goal every 2 games. If you can bungle up, if you can score a trick in a 1 game, that means you can play a couple of games and not score as a fine. But at least you try get your tally up to 1 goal every 2 games. See? Consistency is more important than a lot of things. Now, when I said that to say this is you cannot tell you might take a youth where you never look pan bro and put him in a strike and score 3-4 goals. I have no experience of playing no big ball. Nothing. True. You just believe him have the ability based on what you're seeing and you just take him and put him to score 4 goals for you. You can't believe that happened. Right? There was a local youth a couple of years ago who played for KC. His name is something like James. He have a big baller name. Jorginho James.
Jorginho James.
You ever hear about Jorginho James?
Yeah, the name does sound very, very familiar.
Google him. You have a youth named Jorginho James, a schoolboy. They started him in a Reggae Boyz match and he scored on debut. Google him.
What happened
that goes
after
down
that?
in history. Pele Wilson scored for Jamaica at 16 years old on debut. Google that. So you cannot tell what a player can do sometimes. I don't know, bro. But I'm just relaying a little bit of history to make you know. There are players who have exceptional talent. And they have no experience at all. You take them and put them and then kick 3 in a goal. And you'd never believe because nobody don't know them. Sometimes the not knowing them is an advantage for them as well. And because them have something to prove, them go out there. You ever hear them call it youthful exuberance? Where you just go out there and just run at a man in a business who you be. While some man say, "Blow out, Jono, look who used to play FIFA." I'm see, look on a big ball here. We see maps, pam FIFA. So maps a big defender. And in fear him. Look, can't believe somebody on the same field with them man here. In fear him, but you have a man in a business who you be, bro. He must run at you. So it just depends on the mentality of each player. Sometimes, you know, there's always that emotional, that there's always that exceptional talent. That you will have people saying them man they not belonging at the side. And there's one person who just take a punt at that person and that person makes them proud. Yeah. Yeah,
just like how Paul Hall decided to give Pearson and Jimenez a try.
Here you go, my general.
Yeah.
There you go. Look how much man I say Daniel Green should have in at the side. They were calling for no. Hold on, bro. They were calling for the youth they from Cavaliers. Everybody a talk about. Me no hear nobody a talk about no Daniel Green, bro.
Busy.
Busy. Everybody I say busy. Busy is the next great talent, Champions League level.
Jamaican go now.
Me are one of the only man we forward and say that you and Daniel Green. Come and watch the JPL, bro. Watch all of the match.
Thank you.
So me
glad
say, brother,
you watch
that look for youth. I want what's the youth in it. Him remind me of Shaman Nicholson. Him brave, him skillful. Him just need to just get around some players when can develop and grow with. So him need to be around the squad. Everybody look on Busy Atkinson, but Busy Atkinson no start. Yeah, go ahead.
You call some name. Like when you watch the league, I call some name. Cephas, Nicholas Nelson, Shea Smith at Portmore. I think I'm at 20. Shea Smith at 23. Daniel Green. Kyle Ming. Richard Leng. Me never got set up. Richard King a bad ball of Etopi. Sole McCullough from Mount Pleasant. Donovan Sigree, Mount Pleasant. I bad ball in me a call out, you know. I'm done call Daniel Green already. Who else? Andre Fletcher, Ben Bow, Barnett, Stephen Barnett, or they are Tip Valley. Who else? Javrick McFarlane, Kimani Harboyne. These are players me a call who are wicked man. You have a Rasta defender, or they must say Arnett, when name Ezra Simpson. Ezra name? Ezra and Simpson, and Rasta youth. Wicked. Just like us, the people rate King. A man wicked, man, tough like King. It's way more physical than King, though. He's way more physical than King. He's more of a physical player than King. King more, I'm gonna call now. King not really approach the game like how him approach. Him way more physical, but them just have the same level. But me I talk about some players who are really, really good players. You have a youth, a brother named Rossoy, Emiliano Rossoy, left back. Can't remember which part he play.
Portmore.
These players,
Emiliano Rossoy, Portmore. Andre Leslie Waterhouse. Even Nicholas Hamilton from Harbour.
Nicholas. All right. Let me tell you what now. You have goalkeeper. We can't talk about the Arnett Garden goalkeeper. Eric Edwards. Wicked goalkeeper. What do you want us goalkeeper name, man? Campbell Waters goalkeeper.
Chambers?
I know my name, man. Wicked goalkeeper. But me I call these players I call people. Me not overhype them because we love use the term there now. We love use the term there. It's not overhype them now. These are players that I've been seeing week in, week out, who are putting in performances. Oh, and the youth name Kenroy Campbell were putting performances in the JPL week in, week out, and them stand out on a regular basis. See that Crux, like come on, I make a touch on the same something we did on a while ago in regards to Whisper better than Andre Gray and also more Fabian answer as well. Crux, what do you think about that comment made by Craig Butler? Say Whisper better than Andre Gray.
From the Ryan show. Yeah, hear me?
Yeah, man, I hear man. Clear.
Yeah, man. But have great potential, Whisper. Very promising. I think we should have there on the squad them, both squad. The under 20 squad and him have potential. Him really have potential. But as Paula says, still me Paula not see him yet. Different from the videos them. You see me? Some don't know, but that in itself is another thing, yeah, man. But him have a lot of potential. But if you compare him with Andre Gray who as I said before, who been up against somebody, you know, professionally, somebody tough defenders in the Premier League and the Championship. You understand? As compared to Whisper. Physically strong, you know, full of pace and use both feet. Talented, but I don't think he reach great elevate in terms of experience. So more even compare, but it's a great talent and I have whole heap of potential. Whole heap of potential and I want for the future for it. So
Paula knows about him as well.
Paula know about him. Okay.
Yeah,
But too
Paula
many
All right.
people,
people,
Paula say
Paula
watch the Premier
sequence,
League.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Paula
Fabian.
sequence.
Yeah.
Fabian, your time for run the question now. Waiting. Give me a second. Go on answer Fabian question, Fabian. If Whisper
All
really
right,
better
so
than Andre Gray now.
all right, so my question is a little bit more complicated. My answer is a little bit more complicated than the others. It is not a case where this is a yes or a no answer. It's not a straightforward answer. Now, in the world of football, it is very difficult to say a player is better than another player, even if they play the same position based off stats alone. It all comes down to what system the team is playing. So, based on the system that Jamaica is playing now, would you say Whisper fits that system better than Andre Gray, or Andre Gray is a better forward for that system? I think that should be the question. Um, I am not going to say Whisper is better than Andre Gray, but Jamaica is now playing a system that Phoenix has been playing for years. We see how Leon Bailey thrive in that system. Whisper knows the system down to a T also. So if you put Whisper in the system, Whisper will look better than Andre Gray, because this is a system that Whisper has been playing in for years. Now, this is what I believe. Andre Gray, very good forward. Whisper has a higher ceiling. Now, if I had the option to choose between Whisper and Andre Gray, I would choose Whisper, because at the point in their career right now, Andre Gray can only get so much better, but will start declining, while Whisper is at the base of the table. Whisper can only get better, and the faster he gets better, then it will benefit everybody. I have seen videos of Whisper. Um, I've seen videos of him playing. He has no fear. Fast, kick with both feet. He's a natural goal scorer. No, it is very difficult to compare Whisper with Andre Gray as it relates to stats, because Andre Gray, being older, being more experienced, would have played in a lot more competitions, played a lot more games than Whisper. So the only thing I could say right now, have both of them in the team and give both of them a chance to play, because you see, at 16, 17, 18, all you need is a chance. At 16, 17, 18, a lot of managers just take chance with players. And that's all you need. Just take a chance with him and give him a chance. He has proven that he deserves that chance to play. I'm so glad that Paul Hall has included Pearson and Zimenez in the team. Zimenez at 17, getting an international call up, which means Jamaica is moving in the right direction. Normally, it's when they're like 25, we see players making their debut for Jamaica and all of that. That means Paul Hall is making a big change in that also, seeing that he has experience coaching in England. So it's not a straightforward question to say Whisper better than Andre Gray or say Andre Gray better than Whisper. We cannot use stats due to the fact that Andre Gray is older and would have played a lot more games, would have gotten a lot more opportunities to score goals than Whisper.
True. Agree. So Lord, sounds great. That's along with there. I mean, say we just started. Whoa. All right. So we go up again, Fabian, for coming on, and Skyrocks and Chemo. Massive respect. So we have discussed so much things, and you know, me not like to beat on the same set of things them over, but I think these are topics that a lot of people have covered on a numerous occasions. And me know bore you guys with the same topics them over again. All right, so expectations for this game, Jamaica versus Canada. As you can see upon the score, the league table, that pretty much everything up on the top of this it open. It really open. Up and running said Whisper better than Boza also. Okay, so the question is Whisper play against Zimenez and scored 3, but then pick Zimenez over Whisper for the national team. I'm just asking a question. Or Kaya, come on. Welcome Kai to the show. Welcome.
Well, go on.
There no. Run that. We're just sending a private message.
Yeah, man. So Whisper play against Zimenez and score. You see it? But they don't pick Whisper for the national team. They pick Zimenez. Someone know who are going for that.
Oh, okay. Was Whisper part of the under 20 training camp?
Military, me can explain why. Me can explain to him why it happened. You see, a lot of
The
times
position that is needed.
you have to be right. You have to be lucky as a player. Jamaica is blessed with a lot of talented center forwards right now, or attacking players. But in the right back position, it's really just Javi and Brown. So Zimenez would have an easier road into the national team than Whisper, because Whisper have to be competing with Bygrave, Daniel Green, Bobby Reed if Bobby Reed decides to play centre forward, or because they are all attacking players. Bowser, Antonio, Leon Bailey, and I'm just mentioning all the attacking players up there. You understand? So he would have to be competing against all of those players, while Zimenez basically gets a free road because it's really between
Fisher
Zimenez, Javier,
and Powell.
Zimenez, Javier, Fisher, and Alvas. So it's easier for Zimenez to get it.
But look at who we have available for this window. We're talking about this window, you know.
Yeah, man.
So
Remember, say this a window you be a young baller.
yeah, Whisper could have gotten a nod because
In
what we're trying to do, you know, we're not only trying to get the UK based players at 20 or at 18, 19. No, you know, we're still trying to get our own talent in at a younger age as well, so that they can drill and get to understand.
all right, so let me answer this question. Who would you take out and put in with Whisper? Which of the strikers would you not? Which of the strikers would you not include in the squad to put in Whisper? And I'm not disagreeing with you, and I just want to hear who you would take out and put in Whisper. Which are the strikers?
How many strikers is in the team?
No, that I am asking you now because I say you would bring Whisper. All right, so currently we have Daniel Green and we have Andre Gray. So those are the three center forwards then.
And
Daniel played on the wing. Yeah. So who would you take out and put in Whisper?
All right. All of the other persons, you see those two persons other than Andre Gray. So Andre Gray would be the one that is leading the pack. And other two
I'm not
persons,
gonna say that. Yeah.
Huh? What is it?
So would you take out Bygrave or Daniel Green?
Those two persons were worthy of the call up. You understand?
Okay.
They're worthy of the call up. But I'm saying no, going forward, because if it's a case where he wasn't a part of the local training session for the under-20 team, and he's not a part of the national setup. You understand? So maybe for the Nations League, then you could look forward to giving him the experience and for him to be rubbing shoulders with some of these international players, these professionals, because we're not giving the younger persons the chance. Remember, by the time the 2026 World Cup comes around or the campaign comes around, Whisper will be around 19, 20. And you want to have a young striker just like that, or European teams or South American teams, or having those kind of young players around the senior players, so that they can take that big step when their time comes. We don't have that. We're still looking and we actually have the talent at our disposal. So that's what I'm trying to say here. You see the clarity.
Okay, so yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I still think you are judging Paul Hall based off his the previous managers or the previous coaches.
No, I'm not.
You don't realize there's
I already know. Listen, I'm not,
right,
because I know that Paul Hall actually knows about. Paul Hall already knows about.
Okay, right. So the fact that Paul Hall knows about Whisper and is monitoring Whisper, give Paul Hall the chance to include Whisper in future teams. That is why I asked her who would you take out in this window, to put in Whisper, I'm not disagreeing that Whisper should be in the team, I agree that he should be in the team. But I'm just saying,
I'm making this comment based on the under 20 and for futuristic.
Yeah. Is
he yes, so give him a chance to make. Give the coach a chance.
Down the line, further down this year.
Yeah, so what I'm saying,
no,
I'm not sure.
If he's one of the best young prospect, why is he not in the team from start?
I'm not sure.
Why am I for going on the second batch? You're going to do a local trial. According to West.
That is a question for Mr. Speed and JFF. That is a question for Mr. Speed and JP. I can't answer that. A lot of things are happening with JP that
I'm
I
just
agree
saying,
with.
it's really a rhetorical question, really, I'm just saying, owing to the fact that all of us here on the platform, right, would have seen him play, right, and know that he has potential compared to some other persons in the under 20 team. So why is he not in the team at the start?
He should be at least be in the under 20 team. He should at least be in the under 20 team. But
Yeah, that's
then
my view too.
again, Craig
And
Butler
bear in mind, Whisper can play for England and the United States.
he was probably not play for he will play for Jamaica. I know Paul Hall is looking at him. But the thing about it is right now, Paul Hall has about 90 players who he has to look at. You
Ronald
realize for this
O'Connor
window.
asks, what level is he playing at for him warrant to be in the national setup?
What level is he playing at?
For him to warrant to be in the national setup.
I don't really understand that question because
Yeah,
I can say and I can say this without apology that the level that he's playing at is higher, is a far more competitive level than the JPL right now. And JPL players are being called.
okay.
So that's that. I don't really understand that question because they're playing more competitive football at a faster pace than what the JPL is being played.
Yes, they are
And
competing
when
with
we have
European
when we have these
academies.
players, we have to bring them in from early and don't wait until they are 20 out to bring them. Whisper is a special talent. Yes, a lot of people don't like Craig Butler. Take Craig Butler out of the equation. Craig Butler deserves to talk how him talk. Him deserve to talk that way. Leave him alone. Him can't talk that way there. And him can't talk that way there about anybody. When it come on to football, give him insured. Argument done. You might not like him personality, you might not like him as a person, but him work speak for itself. And we need to get away from that not liking somebody because they are confident or because they talk the talk. I mean, and I'm watching the situation with Maggie very closely also. So there are some things that JKF need to fix that I'm not going to go into, but some of them are being fixed right now. So let's just hope that it will get better. But for me, Whisper should be at least in the under 20 team. Maybe when the championship start, maybe he will get in. So I'm gonna give them time to see. I'm not gonna jump the gun and say, "Oh, he's not in there." I'm gonna give them a chance, just as how I give Paul a chance, and I realize him includes Jimenez and Pearson, which I agree with in the national team.
Yeah. For me personally, I do believe that. All right. So, for example, I can't definitely say that he's playing at a higher level because he's playing against kids. So for me personally, I cannot. This is my opinion. I cannot vouch for him, say that he must be in the national setup, the senior team, specifically because he's playing against younger players. Not only that, the players that are selected for the national setup, only 2 out of them, I would say, are his age group, but we have seen that they're playing against big men. They're playing against big men, and as you know, young academy football, under 23s football, under 21 football, totally different. When you touch a senior football, totally different. At that level, man, not play against you if you're sorry for you, they might play if you hurt you because they want to win. So it's a total different level.
So military, may I have to go break it right this because we completely disagree with that. How many times have you seen? Okay, let me use your team or my team as an example. Emil Smith Rowe, Bukayo Saka, coming straight out of the academy into the Arsenal first team. Didn't they look like they were ready for football? European football.
They had their bedding period. They had the bedding period.
No, so you saying that they are playing in academies and all of that is not. Take any one of those players out of the academy in England and bring them come play JPL. I can guarantee you that they will walk through JPL, and this is my reasoning for it. take any top schoolboy football player right now in Jamaica and put them in JPL and they will walk through the league. And I can give you a lot of examples. Christopher Pearson. This season I'm giving you an example.
Yeah.
Tyreek Zimenez, they are walking through the league, through JPL. So when you're going to compare JPL to the academies in England, just remember that any player who plays schoolboy football and dominate walk through JPL. And you can track as far back. If you can do the track record far back, you can go back to Maggie, to Dishy and Beckford. I can go all the way back to Alanat, even Alanat just done steady. I can go all the way back.
Mattox and Adria them when they play for Bridgeport, man.
Me say once you played schoolboy football and you go and start to play Premier League, you walk through JPL. So, and I am sure the academies in Europe are playing at a higher level than schoolboy football in Jamaica. So to say that they are playing against big men and age is just a number in football, you know. Because at 16, 17, we see players playing. Jack Wilshere playing at 16, 15, 16. Ramsey playing 16, same way Fabregas.
Wayne Rooney.
Teenagers are Wayne Rooney. Teenagers. Arsenal had teenagers playing like this year. The man them turn 20. So to use the age as a barrier, I don't think that's a fair assessment of the level of them playing.
Ronald Canasa asked about Whisper. You're gonna have to go on YouTube and research for him, man. You will see him pop up, man. You'll see lots of clips pop up with him. So we're on the 2-hour margin. We're gonna ask the question now. One by one. Kimo, what's your thoughts on the Jamaica versus Canada game, and what do you think what predictions will be?
Well, first of all, we must consider the weather. I don't know how much the players will manage the weather. You understand? That is something that the Canadian team will use as an advantage. But I don't know if Ravel will be playing. Is Ravel in Canada?
Still haven't getting information on that as yet.
Are Leon Bailey in Canada? Not sure.
Ravel is in. Ravel is in Canada. Ravel is in Canada.
Okay, Leon Bailey is in Canada.
Yeah,
too?
Ravel Canada,
I am not sure, but Ravel is there.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, with Paul Hall, anything is possible, you know. With Paul Hall, anything is possible. And we have guys that are hungry, like the Bygrave if he gets the nod, the Daniel Green, you know. I think these players will try their best to prove themselves, and maybe we can get a result, and that result would be a draw, which would feel like a win, and which will show a lot of improvement as well. So for me, I'm looking for a draw. If we get a win, that would show a lot of improvement, even more.
Crux, what do you think about the game? Oh no, predictions. What's the prediction, Kimo, before it's done? Prediction.
My prediction will be, I'll say a 3-2. 3-2 to Canada. That's what I'm giving you. Yeah. I'll say because Canada will be playing open. So anything is possible.
All right. Crux, what's your thoughts on the Canadian game and your result? Your prediction, score prediction.
All right. If you see if the game not draw, 1-1, Canada just beat it by 1. Based upon the weather. No, the team is moving the ball much quicker now and playing less long balls. However, in that match that I watched with El Salvador, there are a lot of free spaces in the middle that if El Salvador was capitalizing on it, would appear fit. There are a lot of spaces in the middle. a lot of space. And if El Salvador did really move the ball quick enough and dominate as them should not dominate in the middle of the park, we'll have a lot of problem. Right? But the thing that where it El Salvador do, them never expect a team to come out and run upon them so and I move the ball so quick, which is good. So that is a massive improvement from the team. However, the middle need to tighten up because there are a lot of there are a lot of looseness in the midfield area there. So and as I say, if El Salvador did a capitalize on the midfield, would appear. Right? Canada play much better in the midfield than El Salvador. So if we give them that space like we give El Salvador in the midfield, them are go mash up. They move the ball much faster than El Salvador, and then players are always moving. So if we tighten up the midfield and apply the same pressure and the same attacking zest, so me see them that put in the El Salvador match, me I look for a draw, right? Because the weather go beat we. You know, they're going to try to bring it somewhere cool, and you know that cool thing they go. So that's the factor. We may look on the jar. If we tighten the midfield, but if we don't tighten the midfield area and give Canada that freedom there, like when El Salvador get and never capitalize, they're going to beat we 1-0.
All right.
Otherwise, somebody's a jar for me.
Fabian, what do you think about the Canada game?
All right, so the Canada game is going to be -4 tomorrow. It's going to be -4. I know Leon Bailey wouldn't be able to play. Leon Bailey hasn't played 60 minutes, hasn't played 90 minutes in a few months. So him playing 90 minutes, I expected him to sit out this one. I was also hoping that they would have taken him off in the Jamaica game because he's playing in England. So for this game, we are going to need our footballers who are playing in England, who are used to playing in sub-zero temperature. Players like Bygrave, Daniel Green, Zimenez, Pearson. These players will struggle in this temperature because it's -6 is no joke. And yes, the match is not in Edmonton, but Canada is still cold. I am not necessarily going into the game looking for a result. I don't care about winning or losing at this point. I just want to see how the team plays. If they are brave enough to play the same passing game when they are being pressed by a better Canadian team. Those are the things that I will be looking for. So for me, I don't care if we win, lose, draw. That's not what I care about. I just want to see how well the team is progressing, playing the Paul Hall brand of football, spreading the ball, getting the wingers isolated in 1v1 situations and stuff like that. So that is what I will be. That's what I will be looking for. With Leon Bailey out, some of our local players will have to step into play. So they'll just have to back the cold. I know that when I start running, you don't feel that cold. But I've played in cold before, and you know it's not a good feeling when from your ankle down you can't feel nothing. Worse if the grass wet, you can't feel nothing from your ankle down. So it's going to be challenging. I don't expect us to beat Canada in that temperature without our full squad of English players who are used to it. Other than that, the defense line should be okay. So I'd still expect a close game. All 4 defenders and goalkeeper should be used to that type of temperature. Speed and Ravel should be used to it. So it should still be a competitive game. But for me, I cannot say 2-1, 2-0, whatever the case may be. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking to see how well the team is playing.
All right. So people, the reason why I have to close off now because we need to go and check out the JPL games. If we don't watch the JPL games, we can't comment on it. And the time is really, really far spent. I do. For me, the Canada game, I do think I'm going to go on the edge for this one. I do think that, yes, the conditions will be cold, but I believe that we're going to find something out of this one. The time has arrived, I believe, that Jamaica will get a win. There's a transition. I'm not saying that we're guaranteed that win or we must win any football game, but based off the trajectory that I'm seeing right now, I do believe the performances are increasing. You can clearly see what Paul Hall wants to do, and that is evident. And the moment you can see what one coach wants to do, it means that training not go on. As me and Fabian reason about it already, say it is a basic minimum that is being applied now.
But like what you say, but good now. The match here can show you if you're ready for the Nations League. The match here at the match we are going to show you if Jamaica can play the type of football
we want to play.
We want to play. We are going to show them team. We are going to drive fear in them team. Without we having the best players in our squad right now. We having the strongest team now. But the brand of football we are playing is really promising. And if we play this way, we have teams thinking as compared to when we pass it long and them know say, sure, we just get the first ball and then attack them. Now we are playing a brand of football where we are spread wide and we are keep them thinking. If you notice, El Salvador really did that sit back and they don't really want to push up too much now. Because we really did that stretch the field. And that is very important.
Hold on. How comes, oh God, me can't believe I'm going to reach 100 likes on the video yet. No. I know, sir. Oh God, people. 88 likes, come on. Just 12 more likes or 100 people. That's all me ask for, 12 more likes or 100. Anyways, as me say, me I go for Jamaica 1-0. 1-0 to Jamaica. And it might sound away, but I think we can get the 1-0. 1-0 to Jamaica. As Crux did I say, brand of football kind of different. Not perfect, but I do believe that we have a lot more control over the game now. And we'll have control over the game. It means that we can dictate some sense of the game. People, I'll be dropping another video quite soon later in the night. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Massive respect. Crux, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. Everyone, until next time, people, we are out, people. Game a pass. But big up, Crux. Game a run left me.